Hey guys, what's up? This is Dingo Crikey here with another commentary video. This time I'm going to be giving my thoughts on the recently released preview for the upcoming Transformers cartoon, Transformers Robots in Disguise. If you guys are interested in commentary that pertains more specifically to the Transformers 4 Age of Extinction toy line or to Transformers 5 news and discussion, please check out my playlist and channel where I also have a number of Transformers stop motion videos, some of which are previewed here. So with that in mind, let's get started. And as most of us know, Transformers Robots in Disguise is supposed to be a sequel to Transformers Prime. With that in mind, I'm going to try to keep the Transformers Prime spoilers to a minimum for any of you guys who might be going back and watching the show and maybe you haven't finished it yet. Though I will warn you that if you haven't seen the Robots in Disguise trailer, it does contain what could be considered spoilers for Prime. I don't really know another way around them, but I'll try to keep it to a minimum anyways. If you haven't seen it, I'll have a link to the trailer below in the description box. You can go there and check it out, then come back and hear my thoughts on it. But with getting on to my thoughts, I could probably surmise them in two words. Very skeptical. I'm not going to totally judge or rip apart the show right now because we've only seen a little bit of footage and only a few pictures, but I'll give my reasons here. Number one, it seems to have a much lighter tone than Prime. I mean, I think that's pretty much been confirmed already. I mean, for you guys who've seen Prime, you know, like, it was a much darker tone Transformers series. At least, well, they had their funny episodes, but it was more serious, more violent. The stories were more involved, more mature than a lot of the Transformers shows we've had in the past. Probably not more so than Beast Wars, and I don't know about Beast Machines, but you know, more than like Cybertron, Energon, that kind of stuff. This show looks like it's going to be sort of like the previous Robots in Disguise, which was around back in, I think, 2000, which felt very lighthearted, very kiddie, you know, that kind of stuff. It looks like it's going back to some of that feel. So initially, getting that idea from the trailer, I really don't like that. I'm not into those kind of shows. I mean, that could be related to the fact that, Transformers seems to be gearing a lot of their stuff towards kids right now, like with the Age of Extinction line. You have a lot of easy to transform Transformers, that kind of stuff. So that might be what they're aiming at. As far as the animation style, I mean, it looks really strange. I would have preferred them to go full CG or 2D animation. Like something like Prime or Beast Wars or like Armada or G1, something like that. But the look, I mean, just not crazy about it. I'm not going to judge a whole show on the look, but from the looks, just not crazy about the animation style. The biggest thing I didn't like from the trailer, though, was the music. Ugh, man. But anyways, I also wasn't too crazy about the way the transformations look. I mean, it does look like you're actually going to see the detail of the transformation, though. It's not like in Transformers Animated, they kind of just spun around sometimes and were in robot mode, which was kind of cool for the show. But anyways, I mean, the way they transform, it looks okay. The character designs, a lot of people have problems with them. That's actually not one of the parts I really dislike about the show. I mean, granted, they're not great, but I think they look okay. Basically look like a mix of Prime and Animated's designs. So, in general, I'm a much bigger fan of Japan's Transformer designs, like Armada, Robots in Disguise, that kind of stuff. Even if they were to do a Gundam type style to the Transformers, I'd probably prefer that much more. But, they look okay. The action, we don't really get to see a whole lot of it on this commercial, but it doesn't look as good as Prime's, but it looks pretty good. Nothing great, nothing horrible. Looks like we'll have some cool gunfights, stuff like that. It is nice to see that we'll see some of Planet Cybertron in this show, but it looked kind of barren to me. When Bumblebee and that other character were pursuing the red car, it just looked like not a whole lot was going on. Maybe they were in some unpopulated sector or something like that, but it just looked kind of barren. But anyways, always the most interesting part, the characters. Bumblebee. He seems cool to me. I mean, if he's like Prime Bumblebee, I'll probably like him. A lot of people don't like the idea of Bumblebee being a leader. Personally, I really like the idea. I think it's a nice change from Optimus always being the leader of the Autobots. It all matters how they handle it, though. But as far as his design, he looks like his chest is kind of heavy and bulky looking. A little bulky for Bumblebee, especially. But, as long as his personality's cool, he should be a good character. Sideswipe, there's not a whole lot for reference in this trailer, but he seems kind of like the cliche, cool, bad boy kind of guy who will bumble around at points. But overall, he looks annoying to me. That's just my opinion, but I really, really don't like the looks of his character so far. The way the human looks, I don't like the way he looks altogether. We don't really get anything of his personality, but he seems like he'll be annoying. I don't like the whole design for him. Just, yeah, kind of wish we would have another Transformers series without human characters. But I think the last one was Beast Machine, so, yeah. I mean, altogether, I would prefer something with more of the feel of maybe the comics, Transformers Prime, Beast Wars, the later episodes of Armada. I don't like the look of the tone of the show. I mean, I think I read in an interview that the feel was going to be totally different than Prime's, and that already had me skeptical about the show. I'm not really a fan of quote unquote fun shows, if you know what I mean. Just basically seems like another word for, not much is going to happen in this show. The characters are going to bumble around a lot. They're going to have some corny lines like, check this out, and stuff like that. But it's not going to be like intense or deal with moral conflicts, anything like that. But to wrap things up quick, those are my general thoughts on the show. I mean, while I don't like the overall looks of it, this is just a first trailer, along with a few images. We really, really can't make hard judgments on the show yet, because we haven't seen any of the villains yet. We don't really have any idea of the story points, except it might have something to do with the Golden Disc. And, there was no audio, no voice, no sound effects, just that corny background music. So not a whole lot to go off of. As far as any other criticisms go, I'm probably going to hold my tongue until we see more footage, get more revealed about the show, and ultimately see the first episode and determine what it's like. But as far as my predictions of the show, off the top of my head, I would say that it looks like it's going to be way, way more lighthearted and kid-oriented than Transformers Prime was. I mean, if I had to compare it to any previous Transformers series, I would say it has most of the looks of something like the previous Transformers Robots in Disguise, as I said earlier in the video. Like really lighthearted. I don't think this show's going to be on as wide of a scale as Transformers Prime was either. Like, Prime had to deal with, like, the fate of Cybertron and the fate of Earth and, all kinds of things like that. This show looks like it's going to be on a smaller scale, at least in the beginning. Maybe it'll get bigger as the show goes on. I mean, who really knows right now? I predict, like, we'll probably see more corny lines, just more kid commercially feeling. I mean, I could be wrong, but from the look of this trailer, I don't think I am. I mean, that's really the only predictions I can make about it right now. If it does go in this direction as I'm predicting, I don't think it would be an incredibly popular Transformers series in the long run. I mean, Prime seemed to be pretty popular, and shows like Beast Wars are. But I don't know. I don't know if older fans are going to take it in all that well, and a lot of times this stuff that they aim towards younger fans doesn't always sell so well with younger fans. I know if I was a younger kid and I would have seen this trailer, I wouldn't be impressed by it. I'd be like, well, what the heck? This looks dumb. But they do have Bumblebee as the leader, so younger fans will probably eat that up really easily. But I think the chances are the show will be more of a flop as opposed to a success. But they're probably just more concerned about getting in some popularity, raking in some more money, and keeping Transformers around until the next movie. And then they might cancel the show or something like that. Kind of like what they did with Animated. But anyways, we'll have to see. That's all I have to say for this video. You guys can leave your opinions in the comment section below, whether or not you agree or disagree. Maybe you really like the looks of this show. Maybe you've already made up your mind that you hate it. Whatever it might be, feel free to leave it in the comment section, along with any topic suggestions that you might like to see me do a video on. It could relate to the new Transformers show, it could relate to Transformers 5, Transformers Age of Extinction, or just a general Transformers discussion topic. Please leave it in the comments section. And as always, feel free to check out my other Transformers commentary videos. I have a good amount of them on my channel, and more are to be coming soon. So stick around for that, and check out my Transformers stop motion videos. I have over 20 of them on my channel, and I'm currently working on new ones, so stick around for those as well. As always, have a good one, guys.